Good morning, this is Jack from Charting the Markets, and this is a pre-market webinar for the morning of Monday, the 28th of April. My disclaimer, I do this for educational purposes only. I'm here to share my technical analysis with you. I hope you can take some what I'm doing and learn from it, transfer it to your own charts. I'm not here to issue trading signals. Right. Okay, ES, we've seen a bit of progress. We have not hitting the upside targets yet. We do have a little bit of negative divergence, hasn't delivered anything yet. Might not. About a possible backtest of the week's pivot at 54.13. We've got a bit of negative divergence on ES here, week 6-minute sell signal fixed on Thursday, I think, and NQ we have the same. RTY making decent progress, pretty close to declining resistance. YM has been the weakest. This is the only one that hasn't actually beaten the initial rally off the lows. So I'm wondering how much of that is to do with Boeing, but obviously it's quite tech heavy as well. Tech's been suffering, but NASDAQ has been doing all right. So I'm still expecting this to go higher, and I'm looking higher across the board, but not necessarily on everything. Bonds look as though they may be topping out here, and I'll show you the setup for that. Okay, DAX making nice progress here. If we go significantly higher, I'm wondering about high retests on DAX and ESTX, because the Europeans are outperforming and have been outperforming it basically most of the year so far. All right, great. Let's have a look at the bigger picture charts. And okay, this is. All right, on the daily middle bands, we've now had a couple of days above the daily middle bands, so we have broken those and confirmed the breaks. That's looking good. And we've broken declining resistance on ES and SPX, and we've broken it on the Qs. Another couple of days above the daily middle band. We haven't seen that couple of days above the daily middle band on Dia yet. We're still holding on to resistance, but I would like to see that break. And obviously, we're well short of declining resistance as well. Declining resistance is a pretty good match, I think, on Tuesday for the cross of declining resistance and this possible flag support, flag resistance. That would take quite a move on Dia from where we are now, but I'm thinking we might make it. It's certainly something I'm watching. SPX again looking higher, another 110 handles, 120, and Qs. We're looking up and probably the 485 area, so that's up another 10, 12, 13 points. Looking at IWM. Right, hang on 1 second. Okay, IWM, we've got a nice move up. Well, on the daily middle band, we've got 3 full days above the daily middle band here, so that is nice. That is nicely broken. Nothing on the hourly charts, and on the 15-minute charts, we're making progress. I've got the target currently at about the 199 area, rising towards later this week, getting up into about the 201 area. That's a decent target area, and that's what I'm looking for. I wasn't necessarily going to make these targets, but at the moment it's looking good. DAX. We've seen a nice break above the daily middle band again. I'm wondering about a high retest here. We're getting pretty close. So if we see another 120 points up on SPX, I'm thinking we could see high retests on the Europeans. Nikkei, we've got nice move up from the lows, break up over the daily middle band. We are well short still of seeing a high retest, but I'm wondering about 50 and 200 DMA back tests. So we will see how that goes. All right, looking at the DX, we're still moving up a little, not seeing much of a rally so far. I'm skeptical about this getting a lot further, but at the moment this dollar seems to be going up with risk on, so as long as equities are holding up, this may continue to go up. On ZB, we're seeing some weakness here, and I just want to show you what I'm seeing on the bigger picture charts there. And hourly chart. I've been looking for a bull flag to form, and this is a really, really nice bull flag on TNX. It's a beauty. We could still go a bit lower on TNX and form a larger one, but this could well be it, and we're seeing a move off these lows at the moment. I'm liking this a lot, so we will see. Hang on, wait a second. Yeah, okay, that's up to the minute, and we're rallied back up to there. This may be about to break up. It might not might have a little more work to go on it, but it may be well be ready to go. CL, we're still forming a possible head and shoulders here, and I'm thinking that may well deliver. Certainly, it's been spending a while forming, and there's not really an awful lot of reason to think that oil's going to go up here. NG, we've seen a break of this short-term wedge and a little rally. 60-minute buy signals reached the possible near miss target. Struggling to get off the lows. Obviously, holding 3 so far, which is a significant level. GC could be developing into an IHS here, but equally this could be a double bottom forming, setting up a retest to the high. I'm seeing some indications that we might see a sharp retrace on precious metals here, but nothing too definite. SI, I would like to see this go higher. We're seeing a bit of a pullback here, just setting up probably a less steep support trend line. I've got ideal target areas either up in a retest of this 35-36 area, or ideally in the 38 area. Palladium has made the target. Could be a little bear flag here. We've still got this head and shoulders. It's still valid and it still hasn't been invalidated. If this can get back over about 967, then we see a retest of this high in all probability. PL, nice little spike up. Obviously, the double top has now completely failed. I'm watching the monthly pivot and declining resistance, which I've gotten about the 2015 area. HG, we've got a little flag here, it looks like, and it looks like that flag's breaking up. I'm expecting to see a retest of this high up here in about 4.98 area, and again, maybe monthly pivot. Monthly pivots are only the monthly pivots until the close on Wednesday, of course. Not a lot to say on currencies today. KC is... We've now got the flag, it's broken up, and we've made the target for the inverted head and shoulders, and I'm looking for a retest of this high here in the 416.75 area. SB, if this is a flag, it's breaking down at the moment, and we'll see a retest of this low. Obviously, we've got this huge bearish setup, which won't necessarily play out, but is a very, very big risk to the downside at the moment. CC has broken up from the double bottom, could be failing there just after the break. Wouldn't be uncommon to see that, but if it proceeds upwards towards the target, I've got that in about the 11,300 area. ZW, I've been looking for a retest of this low, and we got it. So this could be the second low of a double bottom, so I'm watching to see whether we find support here. Corn leaning towards seeing a bull flag here. Soy still mystifyingly strong. Week 6-minute sell signal has fixed and has made the possible near miss target. This could still be a topping setup, and really, given the China situation, this really should be a topping setup. So CT, we've broken down, we've made the sell signal target, and we've got a little double top which is broken down with a target basically in the 66.225 area. I would say monthly pivot, but it might not reach by Wednesday. It hasn't been moving too quickly lately. Lumber, possible double bottom here, but bigger picture, I'm leaning lower. Live cattle has come back up, retested this high, is consolidating. No current negative divergence, could just proceed higher. Lean hogs broke down from this little wedge, coming back into a retested high. Could be a little double top. We've still got an RSI 14 sell signal fixed. Looking at soybean oil, no break of support so far. 60-minute sell signal has made target. And lean hogs, I haven't really worked this up properly, but at the moment this chart's looking very much like the CL chart. We've got the IHS, which is broken up. We've got the possible IHS or double top, which is leaning towards breaking down. Looking pretty solid at the moment. We will see how it goes. All right, great. Let's have a quick look at questions. Recap corn. Okay, let's have a quick look. Wait a second. All right, corn. This could be a bull flag, but I have to say I'm looking more at the bigger picture charts here. So let's just have a quick look at those. I was working up more of these at the weekend. I've been setting up monthly and weekly charts for everything. So everything that I'm not currently covering those on, and those often show me some interesting stuff. The corn one was interesting. Corn, we've got a wedge here, falling wedge here. It's broken up, and we're potentially forming an inverted head and shoulders here. If we start going up and go back up, retest this high, and continue higher from there, this could actually be a pattern which could take us a lot higher. That was interesting to look at. Nothing is encouraging on soy, but there's nothing really that encouraging on soy here anyway. Really, we should be retesting this low first down here at about the 960 area, and then hitting here and then continuing down, I think, unless it's going to break up. Not much reason to think it's going to break up at the moment. All right, great. In that case, I think that's a wrap, guys. So I will catch you guys tomorrow morning. All right, take care.